and our whole yard was filled with this plant that we called stinging grass. And my husband went on a battle to kill the stinging grass so that we would have a nice yard. And he, his battle was just like, it was awful. He was yelling and he was like, what kind of hell is this that we live in that has grass like this? And it got me to thinking, because I like to think on the bright side. And I was like, surely there's a reason for this stinging grass and a use for it. And I looked into it and I learned about the nettle, stinging nettles. And as I learned about the nettles, I learned that the nettles can transform into rope, into clothing, into cloth. You can make clothes with stinging nettles. That's crazy. The stinging grass can make comfort clothes. What a transformation is that? Now that is a transformation. So I began to look into the transformation, and as I was learning about the nettle's transformation from stinging grass to comfort clothes, I realized that there's a story in here. I didn't know Women's Alliance was going to be a thing yet, but the story just kind of came out of me. And with that story, the nettles told me a story, which is a retelling of a story. So my 7-part initiation story series to initiate us, to transform us into hateful women that can't empower one another and can't help one another, to loving women that love and support one another and bring comfort and warmth to this world. So I have put together this story of the transformation of the nettle, and the nettle telling the retelling of The Wild Swans, I do believe is the name of it, The Six Swans by the Brothers Grimm, which was a retelling of The Wild Swans by Hans Christian Andersen. So that story's in here too, but there's the story of the nettle transformation, and I really feel like as women, we really do relate to this plant. It looks so innocent. It doesn't look harsh. It doesn't look mean. It looks innocent. I wouldn't necessarily say beautiful, but it does have a beauty to it, I would say. And then when you touch it, oh, the sting can run deep. And the sting of a woman, oh, the sting of a woman can run deep. And there's a reason for that. We've learned how to sting. And we've learned that we need to sting to keep ourselves safe. And that's why the nettle stings, is for safety. So if you guys will bear with me, I would like to share you this story. And I'm going to kind of like move over to the side so that I can have the story just kind of come up on the side too, so that y'all can read it too. I'm going to read to you the beginning of this story, the one that we did at the first meeting of the Women's Alliance. And then after that, I'm going to post the meeting at the end of this video with the awful audio and everything, just so that y'all can see it, how it went. Maybe y'all can hear some of the stories. I don't know. It's not that great of a video. I'm sorry about that. You feel free to click off at that point if you want. But I'm going to share with you the story, the beginning of the transformation of the nettle, and the beginning of the nettle's story, of the retelling of the Six Swans, which was a retelling of the Wild Swans. So we'll get into that too. But in my story, it's geese. So here we go. The offering. For the first year, you may not pick the nettles with your hands. Every morning for a year, when the dew is still on the leaves, brush your fingertips across the leaves as you bring the nettles your offering of water. How, after all, can you cut and kill a thing before you know who it is? You may ask the nettles for the story of Nain, but only after you've given your own story. At the front door of the covenant of Our Lady Nettles, we offer our heart, a promise to keep it open, despite each day of our life before now teaching us to close off our heart, being the only way to survive. It's not easy to learn to soften, to touch the stinging nettle with love, when it has been the safest thing to close, to hate, and to use fear like a net around the body. Ask the nettles, and they will tell you. So, you've come for a story. We nettles have always been full of name. We will tell you if you're willing to open your mind, your heart too. We cannot talk until I know what you're made of. Are you willing to accept my sting? You see, just like your hands, our roots reach, gather, and they hold. Our roots touch the body of Nain, buried deep beneath the mud. She was buried in her string skirt, for old women have as much dance in their hips as the young. She was buried with her favorite deer-bone hair comb, and passion fruit mead at her feet with yarrow dipped in dew. It was a wintertime burial. It was the Welling sisters that threw the yarrow because they knew of the story of the mother of Nain, and how it was the yarrow blossoms and the hemorrhaging blood of birth that turned her newborn daughters, left out as offering to a drought, into snow geese who flapped away, gone from her forever, but safe. The roots hold the bones, and the bones hold the story. And I will tell you the story, for you have come and spoken and called me sister. All right, so that is our first story. That is the beginning. That is the offering. To come in and to learn the transformation, to hear a story and to tell your story, and hopefully to unite, empower, and heal the world. So, yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. We did do some moves, so I will put the video of the moves, which was, I record the moves beforehand so that we could put it in the video so that the girls that are there don't feel like they're on camera. I don't want them to feel like they're on camera when they're doing their dance moves. So I do have that. What I will do is now on this video, I'm going to put the dance move video, and then I will put the meeting video, which is really, it's not that great. I'm sorry, guys, but we'll put it there just in case somebody wants to see the last meeting and catch up, see what it was, what it's about, and hopefully, we can learn and grow. Right now, we are a nonprofit organization, so we run on donations, and I've turned in all the IRS paperwork. It should have been done by January, but it looks like it's going to be in February that we get the go-ahead. So I don't want to take donations until we are a full-blown nonprofit legal organization, and that way everybody, even the donators, because y'all get perks for donating to nonprofits, and I want to make sure that you get those perks if you want to donate. But we will be looking for donations. Donations are going to help us have a building to meet in, hopefully eventually one day, and it'll help us to create scholarships and opportunities to be able to educate women all over the world about their rights, and to be able to create women rights consultants everywhere. So that's what donations will be going to. I thank you all so much for being here, and yeah, I guess I will see you next month, and hopefully that'll be the right video. So thank you so much, and hope that you enjoy the moves, feel free to join us and move with us. We are powerful beings. Movement helps us. Our intention is to stir things up and to move from survival to thrival. So thank you all so much, and love be with you all. Hello, ladies. Tonight we're going to be doing some movements under the full moon because we are spirit beings with these wonderful body instruments. And as we move our body instruments and we move them with intention together, then we create powerful ripples of change. And we're trying to create ripples of change, of healing and sisterhood, unity in sisterhood here. So that's our intention with these movements.